ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا وقائدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله الذي بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة فكشف الله به الغمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أوصي نفسي وإياكم بتقوى الله وطاعته ولزوم أوامره وكثرة مخافته فإن التقوى شعار المؤمنين. قال تعالى في كتابه الكريم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. Brothers, in the last Jum'ah we mentioned that one of the characters of kafir is that when the name of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is mentioned, this person becomes unhappy and his heart shrinks with aversion. In this khutbah, inshallah, we talk about the opposite of kafir, which is a true believer. And it is the opposite of his character of kafir. The one of a Muslim is that when he listens to Allah, to the names of Allah, to the words of Allah Azza wa Jal, he becomes happy. That's what Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says: الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَتَطْمَئِنُّ قُلُوبُهُم بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. And those people, when Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is mentioned to them, their hearts will be affected by that. That's what Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says in the Quran: إنما المؤمنون الذين إذا ذكر الله وحده إنما المؤمنون الذين إذا ذكر الله وجلت قلوبهم وإذا تليت عليهم آياته زادتهم إيمانا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون الذين يقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون أولئك هم المؤمنون حقا لهم درجات عند ربهم ومغفرة ورزق كريم. In these three ayahs, the first ayah, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says that the true believers exclusively are those when Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is mentioned to them, their hearts will be fearful. And when the verses of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala are recited to them, to those believers, they increase their faith, meaning these verses will increase the iman of this person. And then they rely on Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. What this ayah tells us is that the true believer is the one who will be affected by the verses of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. The true believer, not the one who's a fake believer, not the one who's he was pushed to come to mosque. No, the one who really wants to get a benefit from the words of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala and from the advices of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. He will be affected by that. And when his iman rises up, increases, this should be seen in reality in his actions. That is what Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says: وَعَلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ. Then they rely on Allah Azza wa Jal. When you start doing something, you say, Bismillah, let's do this. In the name of Allah, I rely on Allah Azza wa Jal. This person starts working for the sake of Allah because now he is full of iman. His iman now has been increased. وَعَلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ. They rely on Allah Azza wa Jal. The first thing that this person, when his iman has been increased, this person does is that he establishes a good relationship with Allah Azza wa Jal. That is what Allah says. He says, الَّذِينَ يُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ. Those, they establish their prayers. Here, prayer is a symbol of having vertical relationship with Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Having a strong relationship with Allah Azza wa Jal. Then Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, when this person, his iman has been increased and he has a good relationship with Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala tells him, go back to the earth and establish another relationship, which is the horizontal one. Horizontal relationship with the people. That's what Allah says after that. Immediately He says, وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. those people, they spend for the sake of Allah what Allah Azza wa Jal has given them. So in the Quran, always you see these two things come together, having a vertical relationship with Allah and having a horizontal relationship with people, meaning worshipping Allah and serving human beings. That's what Islam is all about. Being able to combine between your relationship with Allah and you having good relationship with people. That is what the core of Islam is about. And when Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said that these people, they spend for the sake of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, don't come to the, I think, let not this come to your mind, say that, oh, it is only for those, they have money, they are wealthy, they say, give for the sake of Allah. No, because otherwise this condition for having a true iman will be hard, because not all the people are wealthy. So this, when Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says they spend for the sake of Allah what Allah Azza wa Jal has given them, this is a general term. So maybe Allah Azza wa Jal hasn't given you wealth, so that you can't make donations, give to poor people. But as there are people Allah Azza wa Jal has given them wealth, they can spend for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal in this way. And there are other people Allah Azza wa Jal has given them knowledge, so they can serve, they can have a good relationship with people, the horizontal relationship, by spreading the knowledge that Allah Azza wa Jal has given this person. And there are other people that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has given them physical power. They serve others, they help others by using their physical power. If Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala hasn't given you any of these things, but you can still serve others, you can still have a good relationship with others. And this is by your characters, your good characters, by being honest to people, being truthful, by giving advice. That's something that most of us can do that. So still you are able to serve, still you are able to have this good relationship. Even if you cannot do any of these things, still you can do something else. And this is what the Prophet ﷺ said, تَبَسُّمُكَ فِي وَجْهِ أَخِيكَ صَدَقَةً. You can smile at the face of your brother and you get a sadaqah. Because how many times you see that you are, for example, you are in a bad mood, you have a problem, you are unhappy, and you go outside, you meet someone, you see that this person speaks so nicely and there's a smile on his face, and you will be affected by that. You forget your problem even temporarily. So that is how we can also establish our good relationship with people. So as we said, your vertical relationship with Allah Azza wa Jal and your horizontal relationship with others. And then Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ حَقًّا. Are those people, they are true believers. Only those, not fake believers, not those they just claim to have iman, while in reality it's not seen. People cannot experience, cannot see that this person is a true believer. We ask Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala to give us hidayah. Brothers, when I say that a true believer, that in the Quran, when Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says that his iman will be increased by what he listens to, by listening to Quran, to Hadith, to the words of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, there is a good example in this dunya, and this person, his iman raises up and increases, and then he acts upon his iman. There's a good example in the dunya that we all experience, we all have this. We can bring it and see the similarity. The iman of this believer, the true believer, is like a car. Like a car. You see that the owner of the car, he thinks that his car needs to be fueled, to put petrol in his car. He goes to petrol station, he puts petrol in his car. The same with the true believer. He thinks that his iman needs to be strength, needs to be increased. Though he goes and he listens to the words of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, his iman increases. And as this person sees, the owner of the car, that he checks the fuel gauge, he sees that the gauge rises up because now the car is full. The same with the true believer. His iman, the gauge of his iman rises up because he has put the fuel of iman, which is listening to the words of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. That's what Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala said. وَإِذَا تُلْيَتْ عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتُهُ زَادَتْهُمْ إِيمَانًا. Their iman increases. The gauge of the iman rises up. The same with the one who has a car. As this person, the one who has a car, he sees that his car now it's ready to be turned on and goes on the way. The same with the true believer. Now his iman is full. The one who has a car, he turns on his car. The same with the true believer. He thinks now his iman has been, now it's full. Now then he starts. That's what Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said. وَعَلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ. They start to do work. As the car which is full now starts to do its work. As you see that this person, the owner of the car, knows that now as long as his car is full, now it's ready to be used, and he goes on the way to get benefit from the car and others get benefit. The same with the true believer. He starts to work because now his iman is full. Now his iman is full, and the first thing he is doing this, the Muslim, the true believer, he establishes a good relationship with Allah Ta'ala. Then he serves others. He serves other human beings. That's having a horizontal relationship. That's serving others. That's helping others with the thing that Allah Ta'ala has given us. We ask Allah Ta'ala to give us hidayah. We ask Allah Ta'ala to accept us among those true believers. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. اللهم ارحم موتانا واشف مرضانا وسلم أحياءنا وآمن روعاتنا. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. أقم الصلاة يرحمك الله.